Hi, hello, fellow twin flames, or high soul connection people, or yeah, people who are on the soul ascension journey with a counterpart. This is a reading for the collective today, and we want to find out where we are right now, what's going on in the collective, what's happening between the divine feminine and masculine, or whatever spirit wants to tell us, whatever maybe we need to focus on. And today I'm going to use two decks. I'm going to use the Mutant Tarot, as usually. And I also chose the Secret Language of Animals Oracle cards for today's reading. And yeah, as I said before, I am committed to expanding my YouTube channel and my Instagram. So if you want to find out more about my Instagram, find it below. The information is in the description box. I'm planning on doing live readings there. Maybe at the time this is uploaded, I have already done some. And yeah, I really want to grow and expand. And if you want to join me, don't forget to hit the bell icon, subscribe first, of course, leave comments, and don't forget to like. So we will see what is Spirit going to tell us about our journey, or whatever Spirit wants us to know. Let's see. This collective group I'm reading for today, okay, is one of those. I don't feel those. Sorry, that was not the ones. Okay, spirits, what do you want to tell this specific? Oh my god. Okay, so obviously this is the collective that I have been reading for a while now. So okay, this is it. That is the collective. Okay. Geez, what else is there to say about this card? I mean, if you're wondering why I am acting like this, the Queen of Swords, I don't know how many collective readings I have done so far, maybe like 7-ish. And that's like the third or fourth time that the Queen of Swords is basically opening these readings out of maybe like 7 readings. So there's lots going on. Okay. It's the Mother of Swords in this deck, and it's Hera, die Nachtragende in German, which means something like Hera, the one who's holding grudges. But what is it? Okay, I'm feeling very much, I don't know if you can tell her feet. She's tiptoeing, meaning she's not exactly grounded right now. That is what I'm actually noticing right now. Grounding herself. The feminine needs to ground herself a bit more. I mean, air is, you could say, the counterpart of earth. You can even see it in the symbols. This is, how's this air? Wait, air usually looks different. Oh no, this is the symbol of the mother, not, okay. However, these symbols are also for the elements, and I believe this one would be the water element actually, but doesn't matter. Air is the opposite of earth, counterpart of earth, and you can tell that if you look at the planets. For example, Mercury is ruling an earth and an air sign, so air and earth. And then we've got Venus ruling an earth and an air sign, Taurus and Libra. And what else do we have? We've got Aquarius and Capricorn, that is ruled by Saturn. So you see that air and earth is counterparts. And right now, she's not earthing enough because air can be kind of like the opposite of earth. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But the message I'm getting anyway, she is maybe like too much in her head. And that I don't always mean negative. Maybe she's too much focusing on her spiritual patterns or spiritual ascension. That she's maybe neglecting earthy things, earthly things, like whatever duties she may have, or grounding herself, or I don't know, exercising, whatever it is. But I'm feeling that she needs to do something about more earthy. Earth is also the element that is talking about being dependable, being secure, being there for another person, not overbearing, not in a way where you forget yourself. But I think this today, the Mother of Swords, it's the same collective, obviously, if we start with her again, basically means that yeah, she needs to ground herself. And also I'm feeling drawn to a dress that is completely see-through. Maybe in the past she has been a bit closed, and now it's time to open up, to be a bit vulnerable, to let others see you, or let your person see you, not hiding behind anything. I mean, the Mother of Swords or Queen of Swords can be a bit tough, right? She is the tough one of the queens. But look at her face. She does look vulnerable. Eyes closed. Focusing on the snake on her hand. Maybe there has been some Kundalini activation going on. Or the snake is very much connected to Earth, actually. Because the snake has no legs, so it's always grounding. The belly is always touching the ground, unless maybe it's on some tree or something. There's a message in here. What is it? The snake is the earth sign. She's not grounding. Maybe she's relying on others a bit too much to ground her. Or maybe she should rely on others to help. Yeah, I think it's more like that. Maybe she should rely is the wrong word. But trust others, or get some kind of guidance or coaching in order to heal, in order to ground herself a bit more. I mean, meditating and everything, of course, is very important and good. But it's also important to know that we are incarnated in order to live an earthy life, and not just to be meditating all day. Okay, let's see what else we got. Isn't it interesting? She came up that many times, and every time I get different messages from her. But still, it's the same collective group. I mean, if she shows up as the first card over and over and over again, it's quite interesting. Okay, yeah, Ten of Swords. So this card indicates some kind of ending. It indicates, and again, here we have the blue side and the yellow. Here we got the blue and yellowish orange. So it's about leaving something maybe behind with this card. This card to me indicates some kind of ending that may hurt, but it's also choosing to do something different, because always say we have two paths on here, and this, if you go to this side, that won't feel too good, but this side is a bit of the unknown. So it's about trusting your intuition and doing something different, and maybe something for her has to end. Maybe she lost a bit of the contact to the ground because something has happened, something painful, and now she has to kind of like collect herself and become vulnerable. And again, the snake is a symbol of healing after all. But something needs to change, something needs to be different. What else, Spirit? Okay, wow, look, the same image. Okay, I'm feeling this one too, and this one fell out. Okay, oh, this is beautiful. Okay, this card to me indicates rejection. The interesting thing is, yes, I do believe that she has been rejected and that is something that still needs to heal. But I'm feeling very much drawn again to her. She is turning her back on somebody, on something. Maybe she is starting to reject something. And right now I'm feeling like that might not be a bad thing. Maybe she is learning to get into her power. I mean, the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the traditional tarot also indicates cutting out things that no longer suit you, breaking ties. And we've got the yellow here, and usually I get like a weakened solar plexus chakra, but I'm feeling that maybe for many of you, you're learning to leave something behind, maybe something that does not suit you. Maybe you're starting to reject things that are no good for you, and that does not have to be your counterpart. I mean, for some of you, it could be, if it's not true love, if it's just like an ego thing, yes, then that would be good. If not, I would not advise it. I would advise to work on yourself, because then your person can change. As long as you focus on your person not being good, then they won't be able to change. But I'm feeling like for most of them, she's starting to reject things that are no good for her. And that could be old patterns of thinking. It could be, I don't know, negative habits like eating unhealthy, drinking, smoking, watching too many pick a cards, whatever it is. You know, things that are unhealthy for her. Things that she needs to get rid of. And also, this is weird, I also get for some people maybe decluttering, rejecting things, objects, physical objects in your house that no longer suit you. Maybe they remind you of something you don't want to be reminded of, or just you developed, you moved on, and those things are no longer good for you, or you need some kind of change. Because if you change our living space, it's also reflects a change on the inside. I never got decluttering with this card, but it is rejecting something. But with the dog, also being loyal to other things, things that are good for you. Doesn't matter if they're friends or objects or patterns, whatever it is. So it's leaving behind some things that are no longer good, but still keeping those that are good. And then we've got the universe here, which means again ending some kind of a cycle. With the eagle here, listening to your higher self, your intuition. That could indicate the higher self, of course. And again, the yellow here, I get a beautiful feeling. It's like a healed solar plexus chakra. So I'm feeling like this group, many are stepping into their self-worth, healing old rejection issues, abandonment issues, stepping into their self-worth. And it's about time, because the universe to me also indicates something like divine timing. And as I always say, divine timing has nothing to do with a specific date, but it's the right time to do it right now. And you will get help from spirit, and your higher self and your spirit team, they have your back, and they will help you carry whatever you have to carry. And then I already saw this card. Funny, I just got reminded that we had a reading as well. We had like 3 ghosts in the back. Here we have 2 ghosts in the back. And the reading was called something like The Ghosts from the Past Come Back to Free Us. Maybe you want to watch that video. It's in the playlist of Collective Channel Messages. I just thought of that. But this card is kind of like rebirth. It would be not justice, what is the name, judgment, I believe, in the traditional tarot. But here it is, yeah, a rebirth, again, leaving something old behind, let it die in order to start a new life with new energy, new power. And of course you have new energy when you leave behind the things that are draining you, that are pulling you down. And once you step into this new energy, of course you do feel a bit more energized. And somehow I'm feeling drawn to this shape. I don't know what it is. You see there's like a round shape. What's the round shape, Spirit? Sometimes they give my attention to something, draw my attention to something, and I'm like, okay, what What does it mean, the round shape? What's round? I get like things are going to be smoother. I'm getting smooth, easier. And you also see like, okay, oh, I see. So in the past we see the ghost. Yeah, something died. And again, don't have to take it literally. Then this kid here has got this halo. Halos are a symbol of being awakened. That means, yeah, something in the past died, but still, you and your counterpart as well are taking the lessons. It taught you something. And also the Queen of Swords, okay, of course she is the smart one, right? She's the one that can communicate. She's the one that can make smart decisions. And here we get from smart to somewhat illuminated, enlightened. We've got a peacock again, alchemizing old pain, old habits, taking the lesson and making it part of you. Interesting. Oh, this one fell out. Okay, and this one too. We've got a son and a daughter. And this one, I don't know what it is yet. Okay, so put it together, and this card is talking about transition. It reminds me of the death card in the small arcana. It's leaving one side behind and not having reached the other side yet, being right in the middle. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, we do have the Mother of Wands here. Daughter of Wands. It's Aphrodite the Temptress. This card to me indicates having passion for life again, but also, okay, oh, got an interesting message. Look, here I said, see her clothes, they're see-through, meaning becoming more vulnerable with a person, letting somebody see you, and trying to get comfortable with your person. I mean, we're not talking about just anybody seeing you, but maybe for some of you it is. I know for me right now, it is, I can tell you the way it fits me right now. I know that in order to get along in my personal twin flame journey, I need to face my fears. And one of my fears is, being recognized in some kind of way. Stop hiding, being vulnerable. And again, this dress is see-through, and I just recently decided to do videos in the future. Maybe by the time you're watching this, I'm uploading this, it already has happened, probably it has, where I do show my face. And it took me years to get there, years. And one of the reasons that got me a bit more comfortable, basically, it is Corona, because my university classes now were online, Zoom. And I had to step in front of a camera because our professors were like, please turn on your cameras. And I was doing, or am doing, the challenge by Tony Robbins, Indy Graziosi. Or not just a challenge, I bought their class. And on the challenge, we had to record or go live in the Facebook group. I cried before I did that, to be honest. I was so nervous, and I did not want to do it. I was so scared, which is absolutely silly, but I was. That I cried, and not while I was doing that, I cried before, and then I did it anyway. And where I want to go is, it's becoming more comfortable with being seen, and it could be many forms. It could be being seen by a person, not hiding your feelings anymore, standing by your feelings, accepting your feelings, accepting your weaknesses, being vulnerable towards your person, and maybe even in a bit larger scale, opening up towards your friends or family members, things that you always try to hide. And or maybe even if you want to work, like me for example, and then getting more comfortable to step in front of a camera. That could be it. And why did I just say that? Because look, she's got another see-through dress. Hers is red. And look how comfortable she is in that dress. And he is just admiring her. This is beautiful. This indicates that if you manage to actually open up, to become vulnerable, not only will your person, it doesn't matter if you're the man or the woman, your person will absolutely admire you. Look how he's staring at her. And he already has in his mind a lot of things he wants to do to her. Now we see Cupid and Cupid's arrow. And it's not just your person. If it's for you, for example, like stepping into a public position, for example, doing YouTube videos, Instagram, whatever it is, people will admire you. And look at her face. She's just enjoying it because she managed to absolutely become comfortable. And that's what I said in the beginning. Okay, yeah, it's making sense. We're connecting the dots. Thanks, spirits. I was saying that starting here, and it's weird because usually I read this card the opposite. Healing the solar plexus chakra, doing the work, stepping into becoming more confident. And then here the yellow gave me this amazing feeling. And yeah, it's leaving something behind, and that could be connected to maybe something that is connected, linked to shame or being fear of being seen. Because we do have the sacral chakra, we don't have the sacral chakra, but we got all of the orange here. And orange is the color of the sacral chakra that can be connected to, if it's unhealed, unbalanced, to shame. Whatever the reason may be. So I'm feeling like the divine feminine is overcoming feelings like shame. Shame and not feeling good enough. Maybe she's not grounded because she's always been some kind of detached. You know, like always like one foot in, one foot out. Cautious. And I know it's the Queen of Swords. You would not see the Queen of Swords as cautious. She is badass usually. But that's what I get in this particular reading. I'm an intuitive reader. I hear it's like the sun is coming up. And it's like, again, yellow, the solar plexus chakra. It's like it's finally rising. She's stepping onto that power. And all she needs is a bit more grounding to step onto the new path. And then here, again, we have leaving something behind. Or maybe in the past you felt like you were left behind, but no longer. Okay, no, I get a different... it's a long time ago that I read that myth. But I think Pan, he was like a horn dog. And he wanted to, well, play with the nymphs. And they didn't like it too much. And if I remember that story right, if not, then it's just the story Spirit gave me right now. How I interpret this card in this moment is she didn't want to be seen by him. And so she turned into a plant. So he would walk past her and he would not harass her. So again, we do have some fear of not being seen, hiding, camouflaging. And I think that that is going to change because now we got the Ace of Cups. And I just did a reading last night. And I know the time you will see this, it will be a time ago. But the reading, I will call something like giving birth to your new beginning. And the Ace of Cups came out as the last card as well. And I think I want to end this deck with this card. So maybe some of you will feel drawn to that reading. Oh, I see. This might be linked to that group, to that collective as well. Even though with that particular reading, I felt like I was reading a different collective than usually, but maybe some of you are watching both videos. It's like giving birth to a new beginning, having the Ace of Cups. Why can't she have the Ace of Cups? Because she's learning to be more vulnerable. So that's the main message I get here. And again, this card is transition. And what's coming from this transition? The offer of love with the Son of Cups. And again, we do have the orange here, the sacral chakra, the manifesting chakra, the shame. But right now I get a beautiful feeling. Oh, okay. Here we got the fire. Look, it could be the same forest, right? It could be the same. But here it's not, it's the old, leaving the old behind. And here somehow I get a beautiful feeling. It's like the unhealed sacral and solar plexus chakra, and here it's the balanced one, and that is why she manifested that love offer, because she stepped into her grace. Oh, beautiful. Let's go to the other deck, but I like it. So the Queen of Swords, she's becoming more vulnerable. That's amazing, because that is kind of like her weakness. Sorry. Let's turn on some lights. Okay. So, what do the secret language of animals? The animals, what do they want to tell us? Spirits, what do you want to tell us? Mountain gorilla. Reference, contemplation, community, inner calm. It kind of reminded me, when I read mountain, kind of like of this card. Stepping out of the mountain. And here as well, you see we have like the face, the king in the past, and then the smaller version coming out. Coming out of the cave. Coming out of hiding. Yeah, that's coming out of the cave. Coming out of hiding. She's learning to face her fears. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I love it. But you see, this is kind of like similar. You are guided by spirit, by your higher self. It could be also, of course, the higher self of your person that is connecting with you, I mean. So maybe your person wants to tell you something. And again, we got like the orange, the healed chakra. Contemplation, community, inner calm. Yeah, I'm getting this really calm. Here he's not calm, but he's happy and awakened. He is full of energy, but it's good energy. And here we got the calm. And something like, where is it? Here we got the blue and the orange. Here we got kind of like the yellow and the blue, but it's even more here. You see there's mirroring going on in this reading again. Also, orange and blue are the colors of the divine masculine and feminine. For twin flames, it's of course silver and gold. But if you want to take divine counterpart in general, it's orange and blue. So this to me indicates that both are doing that, both are on the journey. And we got community, so there is connection here, of course. What I'm sensing is both are going through this process. One of you is doing it more energetically, like more call to action, and that could be the feminine, because the Queen of Swords, I said she needs to be a bit more grounded and maybe doing something going forward, whereas the masculine is more getting into his inner calmness. So the active energy often is the more masculine energy, so the feminine needs to balance her inner masculine, whereas the masculine is balancing the inner feminine, the receptive energy. And that happens because they've got the higher self of the other person leading them. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, they got each other's backs, even if they're not in contact right now. They got each other's backs. Yeah, I'm really seeing this like each other's higher self. Doesn't matter if it's like a guy or a girl. There is something bigger behind them, obviously. And that's of course their own higher self, but I'm getting the message of, yeah, your person's higher self is behind you and vice versa. It's beautiful. So one of you is more energized, the other one is more calm right now. But it's okay, it's yin yang. But still, both are going through the same thing right now. And then we got the golden orb spider. Messenger, balance, awareness, design. You know, the spider has been a huge theme in winter and springtime, I believe. I believe more in winter. Where I said that we are called to manifest, and it actually, no, it doesn't say manifest on here, but we are actually called to manifest a new life. If you want to change, then it's on us to change. And that is what we had here with all of these cards, right? We had take a new path, grounding yourself, and then spirit can, of course, help us connect. And I'm feeling connecting as well, because you see the threads, they're all connected. I'm feeling like there's a divine plan, and we're getting more to the center. It's like spirit is helping us connect, but not just with our person, but also with our soul group. It's awareness, balance, messenger, design. There may be messages coming, but it is beautiful. And again, it's the yellow and orange, but I get a very peaceful energy here. Because it's healed, it's tapping into the power. And I'm feeling dizzy right now. And maybe you can hear my voice. It's not very energetic right now. I don't know why. I'm just feeling a bit tired and drained all of a sudden, because maybe the change going on is draining. And of course, if the divine feminine, if she's not grounded, because she's tiptoeing, then she's not in her energy yet completely. We're working on it. This one, blue whale, unity, resonance, magnificence, mastery. Oh my god. And look, sacral chakra, no sorry, solar plexus chakra again. I mean, it's obvious there have been so many green, yellowish cards, and this deck is very colorful. It could have been a focus on green. Okay, we do have green here, but it could have been there too, a more focus on green, but it's still, you've got blue a lot, blue and yellow. It's so obvious. I mean, it's a whale. So a whale is living in water, but still we got the sun here, not the underwater so much. Unity, resonance, magnificence, mastery, mastering, self-worth, mastering the chakras. We got number 2, which is the number of union, and then we got unity here. So you are doing it together, united. As I said before, having each other's back in the 5D. This is 5D connection. That's already there. And there will be a new beginning and a 3D. Oh my god. This reading, I don't know, it's kind of draining, but I think this is beautiful. Guiding each other. Old souls, I get very old souls. And also again, learning, take what you learned from the past and apply it in the future. So I think this is where I want to leave this reading. Oh my god, if this resonated with you, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. There will be so much more to come. Tell me where you are in your journey. And yeah, this is beautiful, right? If you are manifesting your union, drop a spider emoji below and claim this reading. I liked it. It was special. It was special. Even this card, I usually don't like, but she's got this fire lit, or she's about to. I mean, it's still the Queen of Swords. She's about to ground, because the sun is already up. She's already working on raising her self-confidence. The sun is rising for her. Oh, I love it. Okay. Again, claim this reading. Leave me a spider comment, a spider emoji, and let me know what you think, okay? I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.